Time for Trust Tuesday. Sean Rose from the Better Business Bureau of Central Oklahoma joins us. How are you, sir?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. Where in the world is Kit?
Kit today is on a plane. She's just coming back from Alaska. So I think she landed in Minneapolis like an hour ago.
So you're telling me she was smart enough to foresee the Oklahoma heat and is like, let's pack up the family and head to Alaska.
Yep, I'm out.
For a few weeks.
Exactly.
And,
yeah.
Summer up there.
Enjoying the mountains. And,
chase some icebergs and look at some mountains. And
video conferencing into all of our staff meetings, and yeah, it was great.
Kit Letcher, President and CEO of the Better Business Bureau of Central Oklahoma. So she's en route back from Alaska.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. And she's like, hey, Sean, stop by the Oklahoman. Tell them about an upcoming segment. You have another Trust Talk.
Yep.
And by the way, re-rack that for us. What are the Trust Talks that you guys have on a regular basis?
So Trust Talks are regular. It's from February to November, and we always do topics that businesses want to know about, or small to medium sized, or even some large sized businesses. And we have great speakers and presenters that come in. We've always had awesome lineups and different topics in terms of like MidFirst Bank is coming and talking about like employee financial programs and stuff you can do around the workplace. Levant Technology stopped by about what you need to know when you're redesigning your website. And this upcoming one, the wonderful folks from Affiliated Movers are going to come and talk about customer reviews and how they can benefit and be a positive thing for your business.
So this would be from the perspective of the small business.
And best practices, that kind of stuff.
Are you a person who leaves reviews?
I am.
When you go to a restaurant or perhaps, in what case would you leave a review?
Most of the times, I try to always leave them if they're positive. I, of course, am one of those people that if I have a bad experience, I'm going to leave a bad review.
Now, you're a witty guy, well-spoken. Do you just like let them have it?
I try to hold back a little bit. Yeah, I can get quite verbose at moments, but I try to let it out there and let other people judge it for what it is. So.
Is it mostly a Yelp situation? On what platform or what website might you go? Yelp or their webpage or Facebook or?
I always go to BBB.org because.
Well done.
Exactly. Yeah. Shameless plug. But yeah, no, I go to BBB because what we do is we actually verify our customer reviews, and that's the thing that not a lot of people know. I mean, honestly, you can go to Google and look at any business, and there'll be random negative reviews about things that might not even relate to the business.
How valid, how legit is that? Because it is so all over the place.
Exactly, and there's some businesses that they might try to go on their competitors' profiles on different platforms and leave bad reviews to try to drive business to them. And so what we do is we try to make sure when we go through the review and we reach out to the business and say, hey, is this your customer? And ask the customer, can you provide like an invoice, a receipt, something that shows me that you did business with this company, and verify that. So that way you're getting the right information and accurate and all that.
Good stuff. The next Trust Talk is coming up, I believe, September 19th.
It is.
And that company was?
Affiliated Movers.
So they are, if I'm packing up, moving, they're going to help me out on that,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
All right, so what would be a good response from them? What will we hear from them, or what would you advise them as far as when a Sean Rose replies to their moving services on the Better Business Bureau website?
Yeah, so
anatomy of a good response.
There's always a good amount of things to kind of cover. The first thing when you're the business owner, you want to stay calm, because sometimes you'll get a bad review, and a lot of businesses, that's their life's work, and so they take it very personally, and it's absolutely something you want to pay attention to, but it's something that you want to be calm and provide a thoughtful response. We always say, respond even to the good reviews. Just say, hey, thanks, we appreciate it. Thanks for letting us know, and we look forward to serving you more.
So you're building up that conversation by responding, whether it's good or bad. But in a case of a good review, it's like, hey, thanks, appreciate the response. What else could we have done or whatever?
Yeah.
You're so right about the staying calm, because a lot of times we'll just get a random email, and you're like, well, I didn't mean it that way, or it's out of context or whatever. Perhaps just pausing before you fire off, rip off that email. Staying calm makes sense.
Well, my mom always said, just take a breath and just kind of think about it, because you get fired up. But the first thing is staying calm. Other than that, you want to humanize your company and show that you're not just a logo or a seal or an emblem, but you're actually a person. You say, that was our fault, and we apologize for whatever is upsetting the person, and try to address their concerns directly, and don't just kind of offer the quick fix of, oh, well, I'll just give you a 10% off or whatever, or we'll be out there next week. But really, truly, acknowledge what that person has had to say and try to help them understand it from your perspective.
most of the times people will actually calm down once you've responded to them, especially in a rational way.
Yeah, and especially when you address their concerns,
Yeah.
because that's one big thing that I've always noticed is that some businesses will just say, "Oh, sorry that happened," but it's dig in there and get a plan going that says, "Okay, here's what they experienced, here's what I saw, here's how I can help," and
Story time. So I remember when I was in college, one of my summer jobs was actually moving furniture. This was when Bruno's Furniture was still in business up at 36th and Western.
Okay.
And I learned to drive a stick, standard, in a furniture truck.
Always
One
the
of
best.
those, exactly,
Always
one of
the
those
best.
box trucks. So like, yep, here's the keys, Dave. I'm like, here we go.
Yep.
Anyway, we delivered to a sorority house at OU on this one day, and this was towards the beginning of the fall semester. So there's a lot of cars around this sorority house.
Yeah.
I'm in the box truck. At this point, I know what I'm doing with the truck, but it may or may not have slightly dinged a sorority girl's car.
Yeah.
Again, an opportunity for her to flip out or Bruno's to weigh in. Everybody was remarkably cool in that situation. However, this was 20 years ago, far before websites and social media and
Right.
stuff like that. Could have been an opportunity that would have just exploded for
Absolutely.
everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, could have cost Bruno's a lot of business there. So.
Yeah, Bruno's was cool about it. They're like, hey, this was our bad. What can we do? And to her credit, she was like, it's okay.
Yeah, and they
So,
probably, they did the right thing is they offered the assistance and
Right.
they went through and said, hey, how can we help? How can we fix this? Obviously, this was our driver was just, he was on a tear that day, driving the truck like it was a
Staying,
tank
right?
or something. Yeah. But and the other key thing there is, you always want to follow up. Is you always follow through and follow up. Make sure that you're always, reaching back out after and say, hey, did we fix it? And, have we addressed your problems? And that's a good point for them to turn around and say, you mind going back and leaving us a better review? Or, responding and letting people know, because people are going to read through. They're going to read what the person says. They're going to read if there's a response. They're going to read any other responses from there. And that's always key to make sure that you're going the extra mile and you can show that you're going the extra mile.
That would probably also be on the good reviews. Hey, thanks for that. Feel free to refer us to other people you may hear.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, so that goes towards the business should have a plan.
Always, you always want to walk. That's part of the, staying calm, taking a beat, if you will, and then, sitting there and figuring out, okay, how am I going to respond and address this person's concern, and then what am I prepared to go forward from there to do.
It's no small thing, the reviews, though, on the Better Business website or social media for that. It really is a large part of businesses these days.
It is, and it's definitely something that a lot more people are paying attention to, and it has a lot of different factors now, especially with search results,
Right.
because people who get more reviews generally will pop up higher on search results, and people will always kind of look through those. Google is now feeding in not only their reviews, but Yelp reviews, BBB reviews. I mean, different websites like that have different reviews, and they'll put them on your results.
It's always interesting when Kit and Sean stop by for Trust Tuesdays. We learn so much. Again, the next Trust Talk, Making Customer Reviews Work for You, September 19th. Tickets and information can be found at their website, bbb.org/Oklahoma City/Trust Talks. Sean, good stuff.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time. Much appreciated.